Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever part of the world you're connected from. I would like to welcome you again to this very important program. And I want to appreciate Brother Charles for this opportunity to share my views and thoughts on this wonderful topic. Our topic today will be success, and we are going to know some best ways or some best practices that one have to do to become successful and what it takes to be successful. So please stay with me as we go through this time of discussion. But first, what is success? This is an online event and it's live, so I would like to get some of your ideas, some of your points on success. So let me just give a few minutes so that I can look at some of your answers. You can give your own definition because no one is wrong. Whatever answer you give, whatever meaning you give of success, we can look at that. Okay, thank you. So, as I said, success can be defined by an individual. Everyone has their own unique definition of success. So it's a concept that can be defined individually. So to one, success can mean gaining financial freedom. To another, success can be like advancement in career or getting a better career opportunity. To another, success can be achieving or getting a faithful or happy relationship or even a home. While to another, success can be like acquiring their education. But whatever approach you take, success is a journey. It's a journey. And success is a journey. It's not a destination. Let me tell you, there's a difference between journey and a destination. A journey has to do with process. It's a step or stages you take. And destination have to do with a result. So the process, the stage you take becomes the journey. And that point at which you reach is the destination. So success is not easy. Honestly, success is not easy. But success is simple. It is simple to create that thought. It is simple to have that idea. But it's difficult to make that to become a reality. It's difficult to implement that. So a success is not something, once you don't work for it, it's not success. Many people think by like acquiring wealth from family is successful. No. In order to become successful, you have to work for it. There's no shortcut in becoming successful. So whatever accomplishment you make, you have to work, you have to follow the process, and you have to reach at that end. That is success. So it takes hard work to become successful. You see, most of the successful people today, they are clear about where they are going. They are clear about their thoughts. Let's consider Jack Ma, one of the world billionaire. He's a self-made billionaire, and he's the founder of Alibaba. Let's see where he started. Born within a poor family. But if you follow his story, if you read through his story, he then just came out to become successful easily. Okay, we see success is a process. So let's see. He was born in a Chinese family. He didn't know how to speak English. And then, he found something that he was passionate about. And what was that? It was like gaining another or learning another language that could add advantage to him. So he dedicated his time to helping tourists, explaining to them in English. Through that, he felt that he can understand and learn a language better. And he did it voluntarily. So one thing I want to tell you is that in becoming successful, you have to have that mindset. You have to develop that mindset. So you have to believe in yourself first. Because success is a journey, right? You might have a plan, you might have a picture of where you are going, but you don't know the obstacles that's going to be on the way. You don't know the challenges that you are going to face. Probably you have a mindset, you made a plan that I will leave my house to get to this destination at this time. Or you are leaving your house, you are getting at that point, but you don't know what you are going to interact or encounter along the way. So that makes success sweet. It's the journey that makes success sweet. It's not simple, it's not easy, but it makes it sweet because you gain a lot of experience. You go through a lot of challenges, and it is this or those challenges that make you to be strong. Because it helps you to identify yourself. It helps you to understand who you are. So now we are going to look at another point. Why is becoming successful so important? Have you ever imagined like something you are suffer for or something that you work tirelessly for and then you achieve? You feel that satisfaction, that excitement. So becoming successful, it helps us to identify a lot of things. I just want to tell you this, like it just take 80% of the rocket fuel to take off the ground. You're not understanding this. For the rocket to pick up, it consumes 80% of the fuel. So that is success. A lot of businesses, a lot of plans, and even a lot of ideas. It takes 80%, which means we consume a lot of our time in preparing or at the starting point. So the rest, 20%. So you see, to become successful is not easy. So at that 80%, a lot of people gave up. A lot of people don't continue. But if we understand that if we are successful, once you get to understand that, because once you are satisfied, once you are successful, you see, there's a value that's added to you. You gain another skills. And that skill is what carry you forward. That skills is what make you to be different from other people. A lot of people have plans. A lot of people have the idea. But in order to make it a reality, most of them give up. I don't know. But becoming successful, it gave us that ability to understand things. Because it's a journey, right? The journey that we take is tough. So we gain experience, the values. Even it helps us to identify our strengths and weaknesses. But most importantly is that it makes us to be proud. Have you ever imagined like fulfilling your dreams? You make a lot of plans, but some materialize, some don't materialize. But at the end, once you achieve your plan, you feel satisfied. You feel proud of your work. And then it helps us to live in that excitement. And we live in a competitive world, a world where a lot of people are trying to create, a lot of people are trying to make their impact in this world. So being successful is like it gives you that ability to make a positive impact to this world. So you see, a lot of businesses, we admire other people, we admire their businesses, we admire companies. But I want to tell you this, that company that you admire, that venture, that business that you admire so much, or that individual you admire so much, they didn't just experience that growth or that achievement overnight. They worked tirelessly towards that. So making an impact in this competitive world is such a great deal. Like adding a value, not just to your life, but to other people's life. It play a crucial role. See, it's only 3% of the world population put in that extra time. Just 3%. And that 3% has to do with the 80% of consumption, or the 80% of fuel that is consumed by the rocket to launch in space. So the successful people, they work extra mile, they put in extra time because they have a plan, they have a goal, and they have a vision that they have to achieve. So by working, by putting enough effort, they reach that stage. Because the journey is not going to be easy. So once they have achieved all of that, they feel happy. But the why, if they are happy or they have reached that point, they all want to do more because they feel that they have achieved. So by achieving, they have reached their dream, they have fulfilled their dream, they have reached that peak in life. But they all want to do more because they get to understand themselves, they get to understand the challenges, they get to understand things because they also teach them, they give them that experience. Because the journey, it teaches them a lot of lessons. And that's the lesson that make them to be successful. Because there were times they're supposed to give up. There were times they feel like giving up or they didn't want it to continue. But once they overcome it, they got to understand that all those were lessons that they learned during So, you see, 80% of the consumption or the fuel that the rocket consumes, those are the 3% of the world population. So that 3%, they put in additional hard work. That hard work that get them that job, the hard work that get them or the startup or that business they have dreamed about. So I want to tell you, everyone can become successful, but it takes few to become successful. You can have that plan, you can have that mindset, the vision, but once you lack the implementation, once you lack that discipline, because it's not easy, right? It's not easy to be successful, but first you have to create that thought. You have to believe in yourself, because the reward is going to be great once you are successful. Let's forget about the fame. Let's forget about the extra thing, but you feel that happiness within because you dedicated your time towards a certain thing. You dedicated your energy, your resources to achieve something. It can be your education. Just imagine, maybe you got a degree, or maybe you continue some level of education. Just know you started with other people. At first, you saw the class. There were a lot of people that you all started joining together. But along the way, there were a few that were dropping due to some problem. There were a few that even they reached at the point that you thought they were going to complete with you. But at the end, just few of you guys go to that finish line. That's success. So success, there will be many people that will be on the same path with you. There will be so many people that is going to go on a journey with you. But it's up to you. That mindset, that determination is up to you. So you have to identify what you want. So once you know what you want, with God above, it's going to be possible. With God above. So in everything we do, because the Bible told us that, godly wisdom, because we need wisdom, we are lost without the help of God. So by that wisdom and the effort, we can achieve. We are going to look at the how to become successful, or how success is obtained. Success doesn't come to you, but you come to it. They say, as a man thinketh, so is he. So also, as a man chooseth, so is he. So, see, the rule is common, it's simple, right? Whatever you think about, whatever you visualize, once you think, because everything that we ever do, or everything that is real today, it starts from the mind. So we have to visualize. Once you visualize and you believe, it can be a reality. Because they say, once you visualize and believe, it can materialize. So whatever thing that you think about, before creating anything, you have to have that picture or that blueprint before you materialize. So success, before becoming successful, there are some things that you need to know. First, you have to define your own meaning of success. You have to know what is success to you. Once you know what is success to you, you have to make a list. Everyone might not have the same list. Even though two persons can think the same way, but your approaches might not be the same. Let's say two persons might have the same plan of starting up a same business, but the process, the approaches needed to start those businesses or needed to start that business might not be the same. So once you have your own definition of success, the first thing you lay is a plan. Make a plan. Have a goal. Once you make that list and you have a goal, the first thing you have to start working towards it. So we're going to look at some points on how one can be successful. And starting with number one, we are going to look at by deciding. You have to decide on what you want. You know, in order to become successful, you got to know what you want. You know, many people, they engage themselves in too many activities, and it's not possible. You have to have a thing. You have to look. So decide on what you want to. You know, many of us have passion. We are passionate about something that, you know, it burns our heart, something that, you know, we crave for. We want to achieve it so badly. So once you have that clear picture of what you want, so everything you do is start with a thought. So our imagination is so powerful. So what we think about is so powerful. So our thought is a very powerful weapon that once we use creatively, we can make a positive change. Once you use it creatively, you can make an input. So becoming successful is first have to start from the mind, knowing what you want. You know, once we know what we want, it helps us to create a better goal. It helps us to make a better plan, create that blueprint. And by creating that blueprint, because first, once you plan, you know what you want, you have to plan. And by planning, you have to set goals. And setting those goals, you have to look at specific. Because there are some things that are specific, there are some things that are not specific. So you have to know what you want. Like, probably, let's consider education. You want to obtain a degree, be a whatever field, be a whatever area that you want to get your degree. First, you know that in order for you to come out successfully, you have to get good marks. You have to attend those classes. So by visualizing, you have a clear picture and planning that. Okay, let's look at the person we started with, Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. You know, he decided that he wanted to learn English. So what he did, he devoted himself. He looked for people that will help him. So by volunteering himself to go to tourists and then conversing or interacting with foreigners, giving that opportunity to gain that knowledge, to gain that skills, to communicate. So he already created a plan because he knew that in his family there was no one there that could speak English. So limiting his time in that family couldn't bring additional value to him because he think he was only going to be limited. So he have to go out there. And how could that be possible if he never knew what he wanted? So once we create that plan, we have to build our expertise. The expertise I get like 15 minutes daily. Once you start that, it is not easy. I must admit this, but you have to start gradually. So, you know, it's not easy for the engineer to construct a building. He have to have a plan. From that plan, he will know how to erect that building. So, you know, it won't take. It's a process, right? It's a process. The building goes through stages in order to reach that or finish the finishing part or the finishing touches. So it's a process. So we have to start doing. No, we have to dedicate our time, make a lot of sacrifices, and you know that's what I said. Only 3% of the world's population put in that extra hard work. The rest, some are just trying, some might put in less time, some just put in little time and then go and look at their social activity. But in order to achieve, you have to dedicate, like putting 15 minutes. So as a stages, even if you put 5 minutes daily, from 5 you grow up to maybe 10, from 10. Because once you keep doing, you develop that interest. And once that interest, you become to do more, you start doing more. And as you start doing more, you gain more interest to continue. But if you start today, tomorrow you stop, there will be, you lost interest, you lost focus, you lost direction. So with that, we go to our second point, which have to do with being focused and committed. Once you are committed, in order to achieve, you have to be committed. By committed, it also helps you to focus. Because once you are committed, you gain motivation. Because dedicating a time, a specific time, on a specific plan, like before the end of this month, I should achieve this. I should make this achievement before this time. So once you are committed, you focus and you gain that motivation. Staying focused help you to make a crucial plan, because once you are focused, you work towards it. So which means your thought is just on there. You have other things coming in mind, you have other things to do, but you are focused. And then you start working towards it. So let's say you want to start up a business. At the end or the start of the year, you make that plan. Every day you start to dedicate your time. You might be busy. Third point on how to become successful, we're going to look at mentorship. Whatever area you are focused on, whatever interest you have, whatever accomplishment you want to make, there is someone who is already at the top, who has already reached that destination. So, in order to become successful, you need to find people that are above you. And then you can go to them to mentor you. By mentoring you, they share their advices, their experience with you. Whatever areas you want to focus in, I don't know, it might be like attaining that financial wealth. It might be your education, maybe attaining that degree, or even that career that you want. There's someone that have already reached there. So by going to them, you gain that advice. They help share their experience with you because they have been through that. They understand everything. They understand what it takes to reach to that point. So by getting a mentor, it helps you to make you strong. It helps you. And again, you gain that experience from them. I'm not saying that it is 100% advisable to have a mentor, but it is crucial to have a mentor because they share their thoughts, that experience they have, the challenges they went through. By gaining or understanding those challenges, it helps you make some adjustment in your plan because they are going to tell you that the step they took, those approaches that they took to get there, it will help you. So our next point will be point number 4, which have to do with finding the right people to work and grow with. A lot of time we make a mistake because finding the right people and growing with them is very important. See, whatever area interest you have to find the right people. If it costs for you to change your friends or even the environment, Because you have to be with like-minded people, people that are thinking your direction, people that have the same focus as you. I'm not saying you have to have the same plan, but you have to have the same thought. Because it's often said that all birds of the same feather flocks together. So from the friends, from the people you associate yourself with, people judge you. And you gain more influence from people that are around you. So let's say you are with people that don't have any plan, people that don't have any interest. They don't want to make any positive impact. And then you see yourself with them every time. You think, what value will they add to you? So there's no point, there's no benefit being with people that you think will make positive impact in your life. Because at the end of the day, there are two things that you gain from friendship. One is either you convince them or they convince you. And if they can't convince you, they will confuse you. And by confusing you, they make you to lose focus. They make you to lose focus. So you have to look at people that have the same mindset, that are like-minded, and being around them, you grow with them.
Yeah. Let's go.
You know, people of like-minded people, it's always good to be with them because you are all focusing on the same thing. You all have the same agenda. So you gain that experience. They help you, more especially in encouraging you. Because whenever you see what they are doing and it's in line with your plan, you feel more motivated. So in short, you guys grow together because you share experiences, and the same experiences you share, they are like in line. So it helps you to grow. It help you in a significant way because you all have a target, and then they encourage you and you encourage them, so you benefit a lot from them. So, and with that, we go to our next point, which have to do with point number 5. Point number 5: do not be afraid of failure. People use failure as excuses. So do not be afraid of failure. Failure is a part of life. The successful businesses we see today. Let me call you back, please. Okay? So the successful businesses we see today, some of them went through failure. So failure is part of life. Only a loser will be afraid to fail. But the successful understand that failure is part of the journey. Because everything is not going to be bread and butter. The road to success is not a pathway it's not a very straight road. It has to do with challenges. So it got to be rocky. It's not a smooth path. There are rocks and road. So failure should always be part of the plan. Know that at times you will fail, but we use failure as an experience. We use failure as a lesson. So the lesson we learn is either to redo, recreate, or even change that plan, because that's what failure teaches us. It teaches us to maybe make a better plan or do it a right way. So most of the successful people you see, they fail along the line, but they use failure as an opportunity to better themselves. They use failure as a means. But the loser will always say that uh, once I feel I can't continue, I'm not smart enough, I can't do it. But the successful, the winner, will always say, it is true I fail, but I learned from that failure. I learned from that mistake. See, I've started with Jack Ma. You know, Jack Ma failed 2 times in primary school. Even during his college and entrance exam, he failed over 3 times. He was denied so many times from Harvard University, but that doesn't stop him from achieving. Even he applied a lot of time. Imagine him. If he were other, they would have given up, but he continued. He continued. So with that, we go to our next point, which is point number 6, and they have to do with taking action. Every individual have to have a call to action. We have a plan, but once we don't take action, we don't make it a reality. And moving as we journey through the journey of success, as we go through the journey of success, we have to understand that the plan we make, we have to take action. And how can we take action? As I said earlier, by doing. We have a good plan, but if we don't start doing, if we don't start taking action, our plan becomes nothing. So let's say we have a good proposal, we make a good plan for our life or what we want to achieve, we make that goal, but we take that plan and put it away, don't want to work towards it. Every time you put towards something, it helps you achieve greatly. Be it 1 minute, be it 1 hour, be it 10 hours, be it 15 minutes. Whatever time you put towards something is very important. And do that every day. Once you do that every day, it becomes a habit. And with that habit, you can achieve. Because it has to do with passion. Once you are passionate about something, you develop the habit and you continue to do that every day. By doing, we are making action. And with time, we get to achieve. So taking action, see, whatever you don't like in your life, you are not a tree. You can change that. It's a tree that can change anything because you don't have any option. But as an individual, you are subject to change anything. If you know that you are not going in the direction, or you know that the direction you are taking, it won't lead you to a good path, you are subject to change that. So by changing it, you are taking action, and it helps you to refocus. It gives you that direction to go back to your plan, to your original plan. So taking action should be one key to become successful. Once you take the right action, once you know the right time to make that decision, you are subject to succeed. So with that, we go to our last and final point. We have to do with believing in yourself. The successful people, they always believe in themselves. Even from their planning stage, they have that belief. Doubt causes a lot of problems. Fear and doubt, they are the most destructive part in achieving our success. Because fear make us not to continue, and doubt make us not to believe in ourselves. So once we doubt, it brings a lot of questions to our mind. I'm not good, I'm not smart, I can't do it. These are the questions that doubt brings to our mind. But I want to tell you this, that once you believe in yourself, everything is possible. Once you believe in yourself, you can make the impossible possible. Believe in yourself. Give you that courage. Give you that confidence to do anything. Life is about taking risks. The more risks you take in life, the more better you become. And the likely chance you stand to become successful. If you can go around and ask some people that have succeeded in your field, they will tell you that it didn't happen overnight. It took time. It took time. It took dedication. It took sacrifices. It took investment. So you have to believe in yourself. Once you believe in yourself, everything is possible. Once you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. No one is smarter than you. We are all smart in our unique ability. We all have that potential to bring that unique thing in us. There is something about you that the next person don't have. There is something unique about you that only you possess it. So it's just up to you to bring that out. But you have to believe in yourself. Once you believe, everything is possible. Success is a choice. You absolutely 100% can be successful. So to become successful, self-confidence and self-esteem, everyone can be successful. The more we desire, the more we long for things. So I want to tell you this. I want to reassure you that you can achieve anything you think you want to achieve. It is possible. It is not impossible. So you got to start now. Start by doing. Start by acting. It's our responsibility to bring that forwardness. It's our responsibility to make that positive impact in this world. So I want to say thank you again for this time. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. As we share our thoughts with each other, I was able to learn from some of the comments. And I do appreciate the time again. And also, Brother Char, I want to say thank you again for this opportunity. And
let me see you Cherry Hill, yeah, now take it back, let me see you Cherry Hill, yeah, now take it back, let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back, kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Let me see you Cherry Hill, yeah, now take it back, let me see you Cherry Hill, yeah, now take it back, let me see you kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Kick right, now kick left, now step forward, now step back. Let me see you Cherry Hill, yeah, now take it back, let me see you Cherry Hill,
Say okay, let me talk to you. I don't smoke dope, I just get high on the ghost. I don't smoke dope, I just get high on the ghost. 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 Jesus be doing the most. I don't smoke.